Okay, so if this is the first time you join the Sunday prep, the first thing we're gonna do is check the futures, and then we're gonna go through the members' requests. So on ES, we were able to push through here on this pivot. It was a very important pivot to push. We have been waiting for this since on the Sunday prep before the 4th. Let me stretch this a little. Oops. Stretch a little bit so you guys can see that area we were. Let me actually mark first so I don't cheat. Right there. So we have been waiting for this little area to hit and bust through since the 4th. And we had that little push up. We came back down, retraced 1 to 3 times, and then pushed up. Now we know the clear resistance for tomorrow is going to be right here. Let me, oops, sorry. Let me grab some pivots color so I can mark it up. Also, do you guys like the mouse this big? I just thought it was going to be easier for you guys to see it. If not, I can just put it back. So our key resistance is going to be right here on the ES, which is a very obvious resistance. And our key support is going to be down here. Usually what we do, I didn't want to raise this, but we have it on recording, that's fine. You can go back and check it out. So let me remove this rectangle. I think I'm gonna put my mouse smaller. It's kind of bothering me a little bit. Give me 1 second. All right, so what I was gonna do, okay, I was gonna remove here. What we usually do is have a smaller zone. So we are adapting that big zone into a smaller zone based on new pivots. So our key support is going to be 3108.67, 3111.42, and last line of defense is going to be that previous bottom zone right there. So we can say our last line of defense is going to be right here at 3103.33, 3104.33. So about $1, which is a very tiny zone for the S&P. Which is funny because it coincides right here. So we can say the lower of this candle here would be the last line, which is about 3102.50. So you can give it a little bit of more room right below this candle here. If we break above it and hold where we can go, we have this very important pivot right there. Let me see. Just here we go. Just trying to find the proper color so we know the weight of each of our levels. So we have this 3124 that it has to break it first. So let's mark a zone of our next target. If we break and hold, it will be 3124.46, 3127. And now this is a speed bump. It's 3127. The 3124 is a SS. And if we can break above, then we're going to have a strong zone right here. at 31, 34. So let's see if we break below where we can go. Let's just look to the left, right? Let's look to the left, right was awesome. So we have, let me see, we have previous pivot here, which comes down here. We have this one and this one. So I would just say that our zone is going to be right here. This will be the SS zone if we come down, which is 3087, 23, 3089, 17. But we are going to have a speed bump, which is, I'm going to mark it up with this color. It's going to be right here. This little very tiny zone. The reason I didn't want to call it as a full zone is because it's right above it. But I would expect a little push through here. I try to pull back. Maybe everything is going down, so it retest the moving average or another level. This previous the previous low of the day here could also be a target on the pullback. And then we have another leg down. Yeah. Now this is, we can call this one here as our doomsday line. If you're in the chat for some time, you know that's kind of the line we really don't want to lose. So I'm going to mark a little zone here just to give us a little room. But remember that the strongest level is going to be the upper one, which is 3084. Now, I'm not saying it's going to go down. As you guys know, I always play the levels. So if it breaks and hold above it, I'm expecting the next one. If it breaks below it, I'm expecting the lower one. Now, understand about the pro. Can you hear me again? I think I lost it for a little bit. You can confirm in the chat room just in case. Okay, so what is the part that you guys lost? Just want to make sure we don't lose too much. Did you guys see the doomsday line? Okay, I changed my headset. That one was crap. Can you hear me now with this one? Okay, that one was totally crap, guys. Okay. Okay, okay, so the doomsday line is right here. We don't want to lose that at all, right? So it's 3082, 34, 3084, 08. Now, as you guys know, I play the levels. I'm not saying it's gonna go there. I'm making plans, right? So if you're above one zone, you have 80% chance to get above to the upper zone. If you can't hold this zone and stay under it, you have 80% of chance to hit the lower zone. So it's a game of probabilities, right? And that's how the pivots basically go about it. At least I go about it, the pivot. Now, if we manage to
Don't want to go too far because I don't want you to guys think that it's going to the moon right away. But let's get some more levels in here. Okay, 3143 will be next. And then 3150. But that's a ways to go. It needs to break and hold this to get this one, then break and hold this one to get to the next one. But you guys are already going to have all the levels in case you can't reach me. Okay, so any questions on ES? Let's move to our favorite natural gas. So we gap down today. We gap down right back to the zone that we had. Right here. Now, you see how he's trying to hold the bottom of it? But this is the problem. It is below our main levels for this week. It's below this. So I'm going to delete this one just so I can show you better what I am talking about. So this is our main level for the week. If we're trading below a main level for the time frame, then we are bearish until we can reclaim it. And if we're trading above it, we're bullish. So for example, if we are below the daily main level, then we are bearish for the day. If we're trading below the main week level, then we are bearish for the week. So until we break above this, we're still bearish for the week, which is a big thing, right? So if it doesn't hold this, I'm expecting a visit of these 250s again. Ideally, a test of 250, a whole number, 250 to 52.25, which is a very important zone right here. You have this main monthly pivot, and you have all this moving average. Now, these moving averages here, they're on the daily, although my chart is on 4 hour. This reflects the 250 daily moving average of the day, moving average of the daily chart. So this is going to be a very, very important level right here if we get there. So if we can break above this, then everything changes. This is going to be our key resistance for tomorrow. If you're trading U-gas or D-gas, you have to watch for this as 2.656, 2. Let me change this real quick. Just want to make sure I have the right numbers. 2.668. So that's the key zone to have for upside. And for the downside, we have to watch this 2.627. Now, you can give a little bit of room if you want to. You can give a little bit of room to this speed bump daily. So it will be 2.613, 2.627. But always remember that this is the strongest level. Now, let's check gold. All right, so you see the difference, gold is above this white line. That's our weekly main level right there. So we're bullish until we break below it. Now, if we came back to test this, we need to hold and then we can push, right? So something like this. Right now it's battling this what is this? Oh, there's a monthly pivot 1466.70. Testing that pivot, and if it doesn't break, what is going to happen? It's going to come back down to here, and then it needs to hold for a leg up. So push it. Then most likely what happens is a retest. and then we go to the next level. Now, if we can't hold, then we're gonna go down, right? Obviously. So look how interesting is this. That's what exactly illustrates what I was talking about. So we're above the weekly, but we're below the daily. So we may be bullish on the week and consolidate here, but bearish for tomorrow. So it can, if it can't break above this, what is going to happen? Come back down, retest here, right? So that's what I was exactly what I was talking about. To confirm a bullish day, it needs to break above this level, which is 1467.90. It can make a zone with the previous close line right here, 1468.7. And but it needs to go above. You see how it's go and that can go. So it needs to break above this in order to be able to test, even test that. So this is what it's doing right now. It needs to come up, going to retest it, and then come up here. If you can't do that, what is going to happen? Then it's going to happen this. It's very simple. Just keep basic. Now you see how it reacts. It reacted all day on Friday to it, right there, right here, 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 here. So it is an important line. That's why we have it on our chart. If we can break above this, then we already said we're going to retest this 1470 to 70. Right here, we have a little zone there. And this is going to be the rough area. As you guys see, rejected right there. Now you have a cluster of very strong pivots here. 1476. Let me just grab this line. 1476. Right there. So that's going to be our super strong or SS zone. On gold, if we get there, keep your eye on it. Now let's check gold oil. Okay, so we're trading above our day and above our week main lines. So this is a SS support zone right now. If we can't break this previous high, which is right here, then we're gonna test it and it needs to hold. If it can't hold that, 5676, 5704 is our next zone. If you can break above it, you have already resistance right there. Now let's check our 4-hour. Okay, let's pull this zone that we have from before. Right there. So that's our SS resistance. So we have our two main levels to watch. And let's mark this one as our last line of defense. Here is our last line of defense. So SS support, SS resistance, last line of defense for the bulls. And you could say this will be a last line of defense for the bears. Although the bears really don't want to go above this. This is a very important zone right here. All right, let's see. Let's start with the tickers. First, we have SQ Square. We called Square Friday, I believe. We called pre-market. What did we say pre-market? We said that it needed to hold this strong support, which was Here we go again. Change smaller. Which was the 62.99. So that was our trigger right there. You see how Thursday it couldn't break it multiple times. Once it was above it, it needs to hold, right? So we had that really quick dip and we didn't even reach there, which shows a lot of strength. So if you took this, whatever is your trigger, if it's above pre-market high, for example, if you took that, that was a very nice setup right there. And we called partials over here and partials over here. So that was very nice. And finally, we are above the big O. If you don't know what big O means, big O is our strongest pivot on the board, which is the big orange right here. It's the orange pivot. That's our biggest pivot. As you guys can see, it has been strong to stay above the zone many times. Here came above, but once it goes down here it can't just do it. So let's mark our SS. Now it becomes SS support right here. You see how it comes back up and reverts to that same zone over and over again. So that's where we have to stay above it this time in order to see a test again to those higher pivots. So tomorrow, okay, so we have added support. I don't want to break it down. I still want to keep this on, but you still have another extra pivot to give it a more support at 64.17. So it really needs to hold this. It's like our daily level is going to be our last line of defense together with our weekly level. And this one is inside the zone. So it really needs to hold the zone. Our weekly is at 63.47. So that's a very important level you have to mark in your chart. We can call it last line of defense, but what I'll be afraid if happens is that we dip here and then we just can't go back up again, just like it happened many times here. The reason I like this better than before is if you can see the weekly level, it has been stepping up. It was here, then it was here, then it was here. It's kind of giving higher and higher support levels to the price action. So that may be a good thing. This time, maybe just come here, do a higher low, and then just push it. So if it comes here and you want to take a long, just make sure to take a partial around here in case it goes like this. But if it doesn't go like that, and it actually can go something like this, then it will be ideal for the longs. So that would be square for us. The ultimate goal of this is to reach this higher pivot, which is 65.43 and 66.52, 66.93, which was where it rejected last time. If we can get there, that would be awesome. It's about 3 points up. Right there, as you can see, rejected right there, the pivot, the last time. So that would be the plan for this. Now let's check Roku. Roku is just fantastic. Now, you just had to be careful a little bit because you can see visually how overextended this is, right? Now, I don't know if you remember, but we did had a zone here. And it was just like, look how bounced from the pivot. 116.62 right there. Now, it didn't quite get to the 114.65, which I really like it to have it, but it got to the top of it, which is fine. If you took it, that was amazing, an amazing trade. If you took long, you probably took a partial here, took a partial here, a partial here, partial here, and it's still holding because this thing doesn't stop, right? So even if you got out, look how the pivots can be, the levels we post for you every day on pre-market are so helpful. So this was our key support once we broke above this, right? Look how it came test here. You could have go long and then test again, and you could have gone long. If you went long here with a stop right below it, we never got stopped. And just this happened. It's like you don't even have time to take your profits because it went so fast, which is a great problem to have. Now, we are right on top of this very important pivot, and we really need to hold it. So I will keep, if you are still long or looking for a long, just keep your eye on that level. Right here, this is going to be our key support. Now, you can create a zone and call it a key zone. We can call it a key zone between 156.43, 157.30, and call this as our last line of defense, at least for the short period. Now, what I want you to have in your mind is that the main level for the week is at 145.27. Just think about that for a moment. If we have, statistically speaking, and back tested, 75% chance to test the main level at some point during that time period, what would you think it could have a chance to happen here? You could have a chance to go and test it, which is 145.27, and let's include that pivot, 147.78. If it goes down here, keep your eye on it for reversal pattern, candlestick, level 2, anything that you use, crossovers, MACD, anything that you like. Just keep an eye on the area. That's what matters. That's why pivots are there. Like if you didn't have all these lines, you would be wondering why this stop here. Well, now you know you have a pivot there. And that happened a lot to me. I have been trading pivots for about 2.5 years. The search for this strategy was quite a journey. And it was, sometimes you almost give up because nobody's doing like this. And you're trying to prove that your strategy works and you get frustrated sometimes. But I'm happy that we stick with it, and it's a super strategy that has a very high probability of win. Now, what I used to do before is I had my levels, of course, based on price action, but I had no idea why the things were rejecting there when I didn't have nothing. It was like me there. So that's where you come with the pivots. Pivots are right there for you. So once I coded the script and I started using it, back testing, I was like, so that's what the algos are doing. Okay, so let's play with them, right? And that's what we're doing every day in the chat room. We are playing with the algos. We're playing with the big institutions. And that's why we are one step ahead of everybody else. Let me give you an example what I mean for that. BYND was an IPO, right? So we don't have any history of where it can go. We don't have any price action, right? Now it has a lot of pivots here because I have market for the current period. So let's just ignore these dotted lines. Let's watch just the ones that are there, which is these ones and this one here. So this was the second week of BYND. Do you have any price action that justified this bounce from here? No, we have the high of this candle and you have the open and close of these candles here, but you don't have anything there. So why did it bounce here? Well, you have a pivot there and went up. This pivot was before, after, so ignore this, but it's funny how it just hit that. So it came back down and hit what? The same pivot. It went above. What happened next week? It hit that pivot again. Remember that white line, the most important line for the week? It rejected. What happened when it went above it? Came back down, retest on this candle, and then it went up. Now is the other week. Look where it came back, right to the pivot, came up, came back down. Next week, push through, came back here, right test to see the week right out of the pivot. And same thing here. See how it back tests many times. Now, this is so many lines. So this was that big run, and we call this 184.81 pivot. And we said, be careful with the pivot. It's getting overextended to that pivot. And what happened? Look at that sell-off, right? This month we had 3 pivots that we were watching. We'll watch this 124.59, which you hit right there, see? The first touch was a rejection. Came back down, push up. Now, this was our other pivot that we were watching that month on this run, which was the 145.02. It went a little bit above it, but what happened after? Rejected. And remember what I said about the probabilities? Once it's above a pivot, it has 80% chance to hit the next pivot. The next pivot after 145 was 184. Everybody thought it was crazy because it was a lot of movement. But what happened? It came to the pivot, rejected, and came back down. And so again, here it came to this zone. Now we start creating zones because we have more history with pivots. We have this weekly and this monthly, and then we have this zone. Once we are above it, what happened? We came back to the next pivot. And that's how it goes. Now we broke above this one. It tried to get to 205, but it quite couldn't do it. It was rejected right below it, and then it came back down. So that's what I was trying to tell you guys. Everybody was chasing this. Everybody was trying to short here, trying to short here, trying to short here. We knew the levels. I post those levels for you live as this was happening. And if you wanted to short, you could have shorted. You could have shorted here, take partial. This is a 10-point drop, guys, from here to here. You could have shorted here on the rejection. You have the 145.02. It pierced through, yes. You could have shorted the back test. Remember our favorite thing, push through, back test, go back down? Yeah, that's a what? Another 10 points. If you wanted to short this, you could have shorted over here at 184.81. What happened? It dropped 60 points. You could have longed this from here. What happened? It went up 80 points. So that's what I'm trying to say. Nobody has those levels. Only if you're using the script. If you're using the script, you have these levels. So you have an advantage. Use it. I am doing all the work for you guys. Just go to the chat room, grab the levels, put in your chart, and play them. You know what I do most of my day? I sit and watch charts. I don't take any trades until it takes to my pivots. It doesn't matter to me if it's in between. My odds are 50-50. I don't want a 50-50 odd. I want a 70%. I want an 80% odd in my favor. I want to short this. This pivot was not here when this price action happened. I want to short BYND on this week. What I'm going to do? I'm going to wait, see if it's going to hit here. That's my strong pivot, right? Why I'm going to short out of nowhere? Yes, you have price action, but that's not my strategy. My strategy is pivots. If I waited here, look at that. If you waited and shorted the SS pivot post in the chat room, you have made a lot of money. From here to here is about 20 points. Either you're playing options or you're playing stocks. That's a lot of profit. And you're risking what? Risking a dollar price on the stock. That's like a 1 to 20. Come on, guys, just be patient. Patience. Just wait for the pivots and play them. This was the second run. Here we didn't have any pivots here. So if you wanted to short, you had to wait for that pattern we talk about, which is come back down. See, it came back down, retested, it couldn't hold. Once it can't hold, then you short it. It's all about patience. Now, let's say it's trading here and you still want to short, you didn't got an entry. Look where it retested. Strong pivot, came back down. So I'm sorry it's taking a little bit longer, but I just wanted to show a little bit how the pivots work. Now, this was our great call that we had on this on the Sunday prep. If you want to go back, I can give you the link to watch it. It was, where was it? I am almost sure it was right here on this Friday here. It was right here. And what we mentioned was what we had the earnings and the lockout day. And what we said is we want a violent move into 107.90. Let me see if we can go back to that day. What day is that? 10/28. So we get to 10/28. And this is 10/18. I think it's here. I saw a big drop. 10/29. And I had to check my calendar for the Friday. It was the 26th, was it? Now I'm confused. I am confused. No, I think it was here, not there. Because I remember it was a movement pre-market. This is 10/21. Let's check 10/21. Yep, that was it. Right here. 10/21, right? Yep. So we say we want a very violent move to retest the SS zone, and then we enter short for earnings and the lockup date, which was about a week away. So look at that. Now you see how it's below this pivot, which is a very important pivot, but we didn't get fooled by it. By the pattern, we thought this was gonna, I don't know why I keep doing. The pattern was if we wanted to go here, that was the plan. So that's what happened. It happens. So the message is just be patient and play the levels. And if you want to short, that was the perfect level right here. If you were watching, it was that the level that you tried to hold and couldn't. 1, 2, 3, and then flush it. The back test was just perfect. Now, I think I have messages in the chat. The TOS pivot script is shared, Chief Wahoo. I did share the pivot. The only thing I always ask is if you're using the pivot, just give some recognition if you are doing any type of posting in Twitter or anything. Just mention that the pivot is the pivot script came from us. Okay, it is in the library. I will post the link to the library where is, if somebody can post it, if you know, just post in the chat room. It's in the library for TRADEREP, the pivot script that I wrote. So you guys can use it if you want to. Now, I forgot my train of thought. We're checking Roku, right? Sorry, I got carried away. It's been a while I don't do a prep. I think I missed it. Nope, no SBUX. We just went for the futures, the SQ and Roku. So for Roku, we're gonna watch that zone right there. This one here. Last line of defense, right here, 154. I am going to create a little zone here, very small zone right there. So these are key zone, these are key support zone, and these are last line of defense, okay? And if we can break above this, our next targets will be, let me just confirm with my higher time frame. I need a white paper. Right there, so that's our next target. Next target will be 163.64. 165.79. Let's extend this zone. You see, it's going to be a zone on top of zone. So what that means is that you have a lot of overhead on this area once we get there. So my one sec. My suggestion is, if you're still long, make sure to take those profits on each of these zones. If you want to keep it give it some room, take the profits on the break below those zones. That will give you a little bit more room if you want to hold a bigger piece of your position to see if we can reach those levels again. But you can see this is there's a lot of overhead here, all the way from 164 to 165.79 and 167. I know it's $4 from here to here, but still a zone, right? But all that's going to happen if we can hold that pivot we talk about. If we can't hold it, first test is going to be that 152.81, 153.57, most likely. And this is our SS zone that we'll be looking for dip buys or big flushes. So if you're short to here, you have to take partials just to make sure you secure your profits. Now we're gonna go Starbucks. So this happened. This was here. We did this drawing happen just like we planned. There was a nice long right there on our SS support zone. So I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna delete this one too. All right, so we hit this SS resistance zone Friday and we came back down. Now the good news is that we bought up really quickly above this 83.91 pivot. So tomorrow our key resistance is going to be 84.24, 84.35. And you can say this 83.91 is going to be a very important support based on this price action here. If we can't hold this, we're most likely going to test our main zone for the week, which is right here. Good news is that we're still bullish on the week if we can stay above it. So if you don't have any positions, you either watch for a break and hold of this or a hold of here, a dip and hold. If you choose to do this in between level, which is a very important level, just because it's in between doesn't mean it's important. You can do either a starter here in case it drops, and then if it drops below this, you cut everything. And then you watch here, because this, you see here how many times it came up and down over here on this pivot. So this, you can say this is our last line of defense here, 83.16. So the reason we cut is not because we don't believe it is going to go up again. Trading is not about believing, it's about being objective. If you start believing in things, then you're going to start taking losses. Just be objective. Break below this one. What is our odds to get to this one? Well, you have 80% of chance to happen. It doesn't mean it can happen. No, 20% is there to happen, right? It still have a chance. You have 20% chance that it doesn't come here. But the odds say that there is a bigger chance that it's going to get there than there is that is not going to go there, right? So why would you hold from here to here, right? You can always reload here, cut it for a minimal loss, enter here, and then if it doesn't hold, you cut. That's how it is. Just be objective. Now, when you're trading the open, you have just to be a little more patient than usually because it can do a lot of whipsawing near the pivot zones during the open. If it's opening near the pivot zone, it's going to have a lot of crazy movements there with the algos fighting each other. So you have to be more patient on the open. Who is iPhone? Somebody wants to talk, I think. Go ahead if you want to, iPhone, want to say something or type something. All right, let me move forward and then you can type your question. So yeah, so we need to break and hold this. If we can break and hold this, then we'll retest that SS zone again. There's a high probability, remember, probability games, and we're gonna test this 84.95, 85.19, the SS zone. Now this 85.19 is our strongest resistance for the month. So that's why it's important. Why I'm such a nerd marking my levels? I think it's sometimes I just like it to be perfect. There you go. So yeah, this is gonna be the big one. If we can break above that, let's see. We have a few speed bumps here, but let me see on the high time frame. Go back as max as we can for 5 years. Okay, so this is the daily chart. This was a nice hold of the 200 right here. That was where we call that move to here on that zone. So yeah, it really needs to break this. The next, I will keep an eye on grab this one. I'll keep an eye on all this. Actually, here, but I need to be a different color though. Let's mark this one for now here. Sorry guys, my hand is a little shaky. Oh my gosh, okay, got it. Just want to see the past. Okay. All right, so that would be the next little zone, 86.15, 86.57. And then we have another big zone coming, which is going to be right here. All right, okay, 1 second, guys. And right there. Actually, a little bit higher. Right here. So after this, we have the 86.15, 86.57. Then we have this 87.47, 88.11, 88.26, which is going to be a very important zone right there. So that would be for StockTwits. Let's change back to the world. Next one is Walmart. Let's activate this previous zone we have. So we try to bounce. We are trying to bounce from this zone, and it's also the 50-day moving average right there. So this is definitely our downside line in the sand, in my opinion. We really don't want it to see it losing this zone. If we lose this, we have a high chance to go back test this one here at 117.50. Now on the way back up, we're going to find some trouble. Around this area here. Here and then here. Those are speed bumps actually, but we have to get them. Better know they're there than don't know they're there. Okay. Oops. Okay, sorry. So that's our key support right there. We're gonna have a lot of overhead on our zone here on the day zone. So that's our key resistance. 119.42, 119.57. If we break above that, I would expect a rejection at first at 1990. If we can push through here, I would be expecting a back test. Then it needs to hold the back test for us to try the next zone. The main week level is at 120.84. So again, we're bearish for the week. Right now, we're bearish for the day. Are we bearish for the month on this? Let me check. I don't think so. I think we're bullish on the month. Yeah, we're bullish on the month until we break below 117.52. So that's our doomsday line right here. The zone is going to be 117.34, 117.52. So any back test that fails to here is going to be a short trigger. We want to take partials on the way back down, of course. It can bounce from here. So you need to keep tight and make sure it doesn't hold a higher support here and then push through and go higher. Now, if we're above this, we're going to see a target at 120.84, which is about $1.30. Which is a nice little gain in options and stocks. Trading stocks, you only need like $1 movement per day. It doesn't need to be on the same stock, but combined, $1 per day, it's all you need to keep the job away. So you have so much more. You should trade the pivots. So that was going to be our next key resistance in Walmart. I'm going to mark it higher here. No, I want to mark here. So key resistance, if we can break above this one, is going to be 120.45, 110.84. Break above that, 122. And we want to retest at this 123.40, 124. Sorry. This will be our next SS zone. Everything in between is going to be speed bumps. This is going to be the SS. It's still going to be recognized and maybe used to trigger selling, but you know they're there, so no problem whatsoever. Downside, if we break this, we're looking to 114. 114.32, 114.46, 114.68. which should be, let's check on the daily chart, should be a very nice spot to buy if he gets there. Let's see. We'll be here. Sorry, Mark, from before. Fun. Let me delete them. Delete that one and keep the old one. I'm going to stretch a little bit just to include this pivot. So yeah, that's going to be, if we get there, definitely going to watch for a long position. There's a lot of ifs. It needs to break this, and then needs to break this together. It needs to break this, this. We're just making plans, right? So that's how we do it. If you don't, we don't need to watch. Just put an alert, price alert right above it. For example, let's say you want to buy this 114, right? Put a alert right above it at 115, maybe 115.50, and watch it. See if it gets there. Let's see. UNH. That was a strong push in of the day. Right, so we are, as of right now, trading above. Trading above this very important zone here. 226.05 to 67, 266.05, 266.78, 266.1 to 68.35. All those are pivots and strong pivots. So this is going to be a SS zone. The reason why I always give you guys all the levels instead of just giving 266 to 68.35 is because I want you to know how many pivots you have there. Because that's going to make a difference. If you have only these two pivots, it's different than you have 5 pivots inside the zone, right? Because then you have more support in that zone. So yeah, it needs to hold this. If you can't hold this, I would expect a back test of this 260.44. Man, that thing went. This was also a call we had right here from previous from our previous Sunday prep. We were right there and then just push, never came back. See, okay. So that would be the plan. You want to hold this. If we can hold this, if you're long on it, right? Then watch for this one here. The 272. This 277. That's going to be a zone right there. 276.95. 278.92. So if we hold this, that's going to be the next SS zone. Remember, we need to break above this 272 in order to get there. And that will be it, Tesla. All right. Rejected here. Came back down, bounced from this one. Came back up. And it's trying to do You guys think it's something like this that's going on here? Is it flagging? Well, if it holds this zone, then yes. Key support for the week to come is going to be right there. That's going to be 349.45, 350.17, and 350.72. You can even, if you want to, spread this a little bit just to include the daily pivots right there. So this is going to be our battle zone on Tesla. It really needs to hold this in order to break this pattern to the upside. If we can manage to hold this and find the push for this pattern, 355 is going to be the last line in the sand for the bears. The bears don't want it to go back above this. If we claim this and stay above it, then we're going to start going to 360s. See here, push, but it couldn't hold, sold right after. So if we can't manage to stay above this 355, then we're going to start seeing 359, 362. And you guys know Tesla is thinking real fast. Maybe I should get above 362 levels for you guys, just in case. Let's look what we can find. Okay, I can see some things already. We want to get this one most definitely. Oops. This is definitely a pivot for us. I'm not going to mark this other one because it's going to be too close, I think. Let me see. 369, about 30 cents, so it's fine. Yes. I'm going to mark this one too. Let me see. Let me put it on the 5 years. I just want to see if there's more. So we're at 352 right now. $353 right here. Actually, I might create a little zone with that pivot right there. Just a small zone for reference if it goes back down. Yeah, I think that pivot to be marked should be enough. And I like this one. One second, guys. Just making sure we have everything we need. All right, that should give another $20 movement for Tesla. So that's our pattern right there for our. All right, so those are the levels. 355.35 is the big one to confirm. Then we have the 359, 362.13, 364.92, 369, and 372. A lot of pivots for you guys. If we can't hold this, the last line of defense is going to be 347.35. We can make it a little zone, 346.67, 347.35. And below that, we have 343.01, 344, and 335, 337.79. So let's see tomorrow. Keep an eye on the zone. CMG. All right. We're trying to escape from the key zone. So what we want to see going to Monday is ideally a hold of the top of this zone, but if it doesn't, it's okay. We still have support around, where is that? 749.15. Then we can do something like this. It's still going to be a interior higher low. On the 4 hour, it's going to be slightly lower, but it's still above the zone, bro. So that's why I say ideally we want to hold the top of it, which is 752.51. If we can hold this, it can go really quickly to this 764. We have a series of speed bumps in between, so it may take some time to go there. But as long as it holds above it, above the 752.51, then we have a good chance to backtest here. Then you take partials and make sure it doesn't go back down on you. You're holding a full position. Now, if we lose this 746.06, 749.15, then we're going to look at 744.45 and 739.11. But if somebody was playing a pattern like this, which I wouldn't, I don't like it, but somebody was playing this, then it just broke out. Just need to hold the back test for move higher. Blue. All right, so rejected the pivot. Bounce from this one, rejected from this one. So it's consolidating, it's most likely consolidating side is between those two pivots. Now we have the weekly level at, come on, click it. We have our main weekly right here. Since when this is $70? I know this was very expensive. My goodness, okay. The main zone for tomorrow is going to be 75.02, 75.15. Is hold above it to contest the top of the zone, the bigger zone, and then we can go. Now let me do this really quick so we have some more important levels. Mark some big O's. Big O's. Roku. I need a cat maybe. I remember cat had it sometime. Here we go. Mark some important levels here. Go back a little bit more. All right. Now let's get this one. Right, I like those. Let's stick with them. All right. So if we can't hold above this here, we're going to retest, and most likely we're going to go down here. 68.05. So it really needs to reclaim. I'm even going to make it smaller so we have a better visual. It needs to reclaim this top of the zone right here. Which is 75.15, 76.29. That's going to be the key zone for tomorrow. Key support is going to be right here, 73.13, 75.55. And our last line of defense is going to be 71.58, 72. Now, if we can break above it, we're looking at 78.27, 79.86, and then 81.56, 82.32. BYND, we kind of went through it, but I don't think we did a plan for this week. Look where it bounced. See what I'm talking about? So it really needs to hold the top of the zone. Needs to hold 78.67, 79.62. You have the main the main week level at 79.35. So this even gives a little bit more weight to this key zone right here. The key resistance is going to be 80.72, 81. Yeah, so 80.72, 81.25. That's going to be your key resistance for tomorrow. If we break above that, we're looking at 83, then 84.80, which is a big level. Right here, this is going to be a big level, very important level. If we manage to break above that, we can start getting to Momo situation. Remember, when BYND goes crazy, it could happen if we can break and hold above this. A lot of shorts we're going to cover, a lot of entry is going to trigger and it's going to have a lot of buying. Now, if we don't hold this, we have last line of defense at 7787, and then we most likely going to retest that 74.11, 75.52 zone where it bounced last time. eBay. Still doing lower highs and lower lows. I don't know if I like that one. So it's on this channel down right now. I would prefer, if you want to go long, to get it down here if you can get there. So if you're looking for a long, mark alert at, so that's big O right there. So, you know, let's change this real quick so I can give you the level. 33.49, 33.69. And come on. TOS has something, sometimes it bothers me, those little details. It's like very annoying. Okay, here you go. 33.49, 33.69, 33.76. This is going to be a very, very, very important zone for eBay. If it gets there, you definitely want to keep your eye on it. If we lose 35.12, 35.15, we might as well go there. Let's extend this a little bit. So we are up and down, up and down, up, down, up. Now, if we follow the pattern, then we're gonna go down again. It needs to hold below that level 35.12, 35, you can say 35.20, 35.20. So 35.12, 35.20. If it can't stay above that, then we have a high probability to go towards this zone right here. And that's where you want to, if you're short, you want to take profits. And if you want to go long, you want to keep your eyes very, very opened when it gets to that area. If we break above it, if we can stay above it, then most likely we're going to break this channel pattern and going to retest the 35.79, 36.18, 36.62. Nike. This is all-time high. No. I was demonstrating something here, which I don't remember. I think it was a plan A and plan B here. I don't know. This is not a pivot, but I'll definitely keep an eye on this. Let's see if I can find the proper color. I think Roku had it. But I'll grab, oh yeah, right here. So keep an eye on, where is it? Right here. It's actually right there. So let's keep an eye on this 9409. 9463 zone right here. Now we may see a back test of 9174, 9199. This could also be a bull flag information, so it's still a little bit early. I want to grab this pivot here to give us our line in the sand as higher as possible, so it can protect your long position. Oh gosh, okay. Sorry guys. So we can say there's 92, that's less said is 9273 as our line in the sand. If we can hold above it, we are expecting a retest of this 9174, 9199 zone. And if we can hold it, then we're looking to retest this 9409, 9463. Right there. So that's the key support right here. Last line of defense. And key resistance is up there. So that's all you need to know for Nike tomorrow. Netflix. Oh, look where it is right now. Big O. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rejections. There's some more here in the past. So we know that's going to be the one. We know that's going to be the one, guys. It needs to break and hold above it. 295.43. The thing is that it closed very strong on the highs, consolidated at highs. So key resistance, let's grab 9503, 9543, 9582. Our key support is going to be 292.81, and the last line of defense 289.41, 290.91. If we break above this, we're looking into 298.21, then 355, 301.55. 302.88 and 306.08. This is going to be a strong zone here, guys. Right here, where the top of the zone is the strongest part. Between 301.55 and 302.88 is stronger than this bottom here. So yeah, looking for a push and hold, and then we can test those higher levels. If we keep failing like we did this, then I'm expecting 292, then 289 and 290. You may see a very nice reaction to those. But if we reject it first and come back here and hold, then I'll be looking to take a long for another try to push into there. Walmart. Did I do Walmart already? Somebody asked it twice. Okay. MPWR. I never heard about MPWR. Monolithic Power Systems. Oops, not this color. $160, $170. 162.40 is going to be our key support. Is this all-time high? Key resistance is going to be 163.89, 164.92. Anything in between is chop land. If we're breaking a hold above this, we're looking at 167.81. We have some levels in between, which is 166.41, but that's our strongest right there, 167.81. If we can't hold it, we're looking at 158.42. There you go. More purples. I really dislike when I do that. Take me forever to put on where I want it, but it's not the right tool. So if we lose this, we're looking at 115, 158.42, 159.74. Then at this 154.34, 156.55. And that was it, guys. That's all you guys asked me to check it out today. Today I'm not gonna do my own list because I'm not 100%, but if I see something moving during pre-market, I'm gonna give you the levels and everything. I think that's it. Anybody wants any other stocks really quick? Just give me two more. Amazon, okay. Amazon OLED, okay, those two. Amazon's not looking good, Chief. We are maybe going to retest the zone here. Unless we have some catalyst out of nowhere. Looking at this 170, 1722, 1726 zone as the next destination. As you can see, it's trading below the daily level, below the weekly level, below the monthly level. So it's bearish in 3 time frames. We may even see a try to push to there, maybe something like this, then come back down. Now, one thing you need to notice is that if we gap down to here, then I will not short right away. I will wait to see if the algos are going to buy it up from the zone. And if they buy it up, then you can, if you want to take either long here, if you only want to take shorts thinking it's going to go lower to the 1709, 1713 zone here, then wait for the pullback. I know it's hard to wait because sometimes it just flushes and you get frustrated, but it's better to miss that 10% that it just flushes than the 90% that it pull back and you get crushed 90%, which is not good. So first thing I think when I see the Amazon chart is that we're going to test lower zones. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, I have a wish list on Amazon, which is to hit this level here. Hit this level here before the end of the year. That's my wish list. I don't know if I'm going to get it. I thought we were going to get it on here, but this pivot betrayed me and it bounced right there. I really wanted this. It was so bad. But I will watch here, and definitely you don't want it to go lower than 1700. If it goes lower than 1700, we're going to retest really quickly the 1688. And you can say that's going to be our last market here. This is going to be, I don't want to call it though. 1 second. This is going to be our last line of defense on Amazon. Right here. Right there. That's the last line of defense on Amazon. Amazon doesn't want to lose that level again. If you lose that again, I will be waiting with my arms wide open at 1574.33. Let's see if I can get it. I'm not saying I'm not bearish on Amazon in terms like I'm bearish short term, of course, because I want it to go down and it's below pivots. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm not trying to make people make money, lose money. I just want people to make money because if it gets there, we can load the boat together, right? But going back to where the tomorrow's plan, that's too far there. It can be in a month or so, if it happens at all. So I'll be looking for a retest of here, maybe tomorrow. It looks like most likely tomorrow. That's nothing for Amazon. That's what, $10 drop? That's nothing. That's like a $1 drop on Roku. So yeah, let's if you want to go long, watch for this zone here, or let's say it gaps up or is super strong and doesn't backtest here and just go up. Watch for a reclaim of this level, which is 1744. And if you take this, just take a partial. You are going to need to take a partial here in case it was just a back test of the SS zone to go back down. And that is 1752.86, 1749.41. Break and hold above that. The next SS is at 1773, 1774. What was the next? OLED. OLED is the last one. 1 second, just making sure we have all the levels. Now, this is what I do every day, pre-market, when I go for stocks for you guys. I actually take time and check things. Just don't pull levels out of my head. So the key resistance is going to be 204.03, 205.27. The key support who has it? Roku? Yeah. I'm gonna mark here. The key support is going to be 201.60, 202.06. Last line of defense, 200, 231. If we break above it, of this zone, we're going to have 207, 208, and then 210, 211. Now below it, we're going to have this 198, then 194, 195. All right. Yeah, that was it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys tomorrow for pre-market trading at 7 a.m. If for some reason I don't make it that early, just play the levels we just went through the stream. I'm gonna try to process the video as fast as I can. If I can't do it, then tomorrow you guys have the video, okay? Tomorrow morning before market opens. So thank you guys, and enjoy the rest of your night, and see you tomorrow. Take care.